Hello, Facebook fans and YouTube fans of DX Engineering. It's time for the weekend special. Hi, I'm Tim, K3LR, and we're still sheltering in place here at K3LR. And we're getting a lot of projects done and very busy, as you can imagine, with all of the questions that we get asked. And the sales team at DX Engineering has been really working hard to keep up and take care of everybody that we can so that you can have some fun with this great hobby, amateur radio. So first thing I wanted to talk about today was a little bit of test equipment, that some stuff that I like, that I use here in the shack. One is my favorite VOM. This is a volt ohm meter, VOM, and this is made by Fluke. And this is a great piece, very handy, auto ranging, small, portable, and you have to remember to change the batteries because the batteries do go low and then the readings are not correct. So it's really important with all these pieces of test equipment to change the batteries. Old reliable, the Zoom 230. This is the Rig Expert. And it is a beautiful piece of gear for working on antennas. And it is my right hand. Absolutely, it does not get overloaded by the broadcast stations. I've had this for several years now. And I take and do SWR chart plots, and then I can put them onto my PC as well for storage. So this is really, really good. And so if you're going to do anything with antennas and feed lines, you need one of the Rig Experts. They have a new one, the stick, that's even smaller and more portable. And I hope to get one of those here soon. But for now, the Rig Expert is by far the best value antenna analyzer. And then this is a very handy device. This is the Elkcraft XG3. And this is a signal generator. And what it does is it can generate a signal on the various bands, 160 meters through 2 meters, and it has several different levels. So this is great for measuring feed line loss, checking your receiver front end. That I've found all sorts of uses for this. And so the XG3 from Elkcraft. And don't forget, you know, we're now halfway through the year, and it's a good time to make sure you go around and make sure your coax connectors are tight. And these are available at DX Engineering, the channel lock. And just a quarter turn, make sure everything's tight. This happens to be a bandpass filter that we use here at K3LR. This is for 15 meters, so it just passes 15 meters. And then I have a short jumper that goes to the amplifier. And this is made out of RG400. Coax, which is the double shielded coax. And so there we go with that. And one more tech tip here today. Many of you know at K3LR we use the Bose QC15 noise canceling headsets. They're very comfortable, great for long hours. They do require a battery, so you do have to put a battery in them. And normally with the Bose specs a battery at 24 hours. So if we're using a 48-hour contest, we would have to change the battery. But my friend Dave, K5GN, figured out that the Energizer Ultimate Lithium battery, like I have here, is much more capacity, and we can actually get by for 48 hours with just one of these Energizer batteries. So that is really, really cool. So for long life, the Ultimate Lithium, it's 13 colonies. That's what everybody is doing right now. Started the morning of July 1st and goes till July 7th, and lots of activity. I wanted to show you a little tool that I use when I'm trying to work stations that I want to work, and that is by, if you go to the K3LR website, which is www.k3lr.com, and you're down here, there's a little button says K3LR web cluster. You click on that and it brings up the web cluster, and that is the web cluster. And then it says over here in display type, you can go down to a watch list, and we can put in things like K2M there, maybe K2A there, maybe K2J, and let's see, one more. How about K2C? Okay, so we have 4 on our watch list. We submit the watch list, and then it shows you the spots, and it will continually update spots for your watch list. So if you're just missing a few of the K2s, you can use the watch list feature on the K3LR web cluster. So that's real handy. And if you have any questions about that, you can always email me, and I will do my best to get back to you. And the best email is k3lr@k3lr.com. So let's see here. We have a couple of comments today, and I want to start up at the top. And let's see, what do we have here? November Papa 3 Delta Mike from Puerto Rico. And oh, Scott Wright, thanks for the great price on the 7851 design book. And Scott is a doctor. He's K0 Mike Delta, and he is involved in the plasma treatments that are going on for the COVID virus. And thank you, Scott, for everything that you're doing up there at the Mayo Clinic. And just tremendous. Read the article on the ARL website about all the work that you're doing. And there's Safe, Alpha 71 Alpha Mike, and he says the camel's still there. That's a reminder of the camel net. And K0MD says, I have the Zoom. It's indispensable for antenna work. And then K3STL says, the tall guy, John, I foresee a Heil Pro Set Elite being ordered from DXE in the near future. Well, that's a great headset too. That you can't go wrong. And let's see. Steve says, hi, Tim. I worked all 13 of the colonies, plus the 2 extra stations. Don't forget about WM3PEN, which is one of the extras, and then GB13COL. And Cynthia, oh, hello, Tim. This is Scotty, KG9Z in Fort Wayne for the 4th. And welcome to the DX Engineering team, Scotty. Scotty just joined as a sales associate. So if you're calling into DX Engineering, you might just get KG9Z on the phone. And I guess you're taking a little holiday vacation here. Let's see. Tim, how about KB3 Zulu? Mark says, I never realized you had this channel. Well, there's so much to see on YouTube, but yes, we do have a very active YouTube and Facebook channel. And all of the older shows are in recordings held up on YouTube, so you can view them. And let's see here, we have oh boy, okay, let's see, I got too far ahead. So we have no Whiskey 7 Hotel uniform and November 4 Echo Victor working the 13 colonies, and Lloyd, our good friend Lloyd from Sweet Home, Alabama, Whiskey Bravo 4 Bravo Mike Quebec. And Steve Harvey, hi Tim, thanks for your help. And Todd, Kilo Charlie 1 Sugar Queen. And Greg, Alpha Bravo 9 Mike Zulu. He has 10 out of the 15 of the 13 colonies. Well, you still got some time to go, Greg. I'm sure you'll get them. And let's see, Jerry says, I missed it. Why are there batteries in the headset? Well, there are batteries in here because this is a noise canceling headset. It has little microphones out here on the ends, and it actually introduces the noise 180 degrees out of phase. And so when you put these on and you turn them on, and that little green light, that green LED comes on, and I put these on, I can't hear myself talk. It's that good. And that's really important when we're doing these big multis here, because there's so much noise, it would drive everybody crazy. And so from Brazil, Papa Uniform 6, Juliet Bravo Tango. And Werner, Delta Lima 1, Sugar Echo Whiskey. And from Germany, and Victor Oscar 1, X-Ray Hotel, and Papa Uniform 5, India Kilo Echo from Brazil. And Steve, November 8, Tango Uniform Whiskey. He's got a clean sweep, worked all 13 colonies. Congratulations, Steve. And let's see, we have Raphael, India / Sugar Queen 9, Charlie, November. So visiting Italy. And Kilo 5 Tango Golf Sierra from Texas. And here's William from the Netherlands, Papa Echo 1, November Golf Whiskey. And let's see, Lima Uniform 7, Delta Sierra Uniform. Nice to see you. Oh, 7 X-Ray 2, Delta Fox. Now that's a rare country. That is nice to have you along. And Tim in Texas says, how do you add a microphone to the bows? So I use a modification that my friend K1 Delta Golf came up with. And so here's a little modification on the Bose QC15 with a Heil clip, and then this is the Heil HC5. And so that's what we do for sideband. And it works really well. It's a real good deal. I use the Radio Sport headphones. Mark says no battery, blocks out the noise, just for comparison to the Bose. And Rodrigo, Papa Uniform 3, Radio Charlie Bravo. Nice to have you on. And let's see, Sean, Kilo 8, Kilo Hotel Zulu, and India Whiskey. Oh, I'm sorry. Whiskey Papa 4, Quebec Victor, Quebec from Puerto Rico. Nice to have you on, Carmen. And Alpha Charlie 4, Zulu United, also on. And we got QST this week, so that's the August edition of QST. I guess I should have brought it down in the shack. There's some great articles in there. And so we're going along with the 13 colonies. We're members of the Skyview Radio Club out of New Kensington will visit here this weekend and participate as Kilo 2 Mike from the K3LR station. So if you work K2M this weekend, it just might be from here. And so this year, only a very few of the members will be here. Normally we have 8 to 10, but due to this virus thing, we had to back it down. And tomorrow I'll do another deep clean here to make sure that everything is ready for them, and we will be good to go. And Papa Yankee 4 Echo Kilo, Flavio, nice to hear from you. That's great. And so you say, well, what are we going to do after the 13 colony event? And so coming up on the next weekend is the IAR Radio Sport Championship, and that's a 24-hour contest. It's a great contest, both CW and phone on the HF bands, and so there'll be lots of activity for that. And I expect, field day, there were great conditions, some of the best field day conditions you could ask for last weekend, where there was sporadic E that really affected 6 meters and 10 meters and even 15 meters. And the activity was just amazing. To be able to work like Delaware and Eastern Pennsylvania on 10 meters. And that was all sporadic E stuff. And so my good friend Barney, K3LA, he worked his last state for his 5-band worked all states. He needed Delaware on 10 meters, and he was able to do it because of the sporadic E. So one day to the next, you just don't know what you're going to get. And that's the great thing about this hobby. With the ionosphere, it's very variable. You just don't know. Last night we were on 20 meters, pretty late in the evening, and worked 4 stations in India, and the band was great to India. So tonight it could be a whole different ball of wax. Let's see, who else do we have here? Let's see. What are your thoughts on the new On the Air ARL magazine? I think it's great. I think it's absolutely great. And Butch, let's see, Whiskey Alpha 4 Radio Delta X-Ray, nice to have you. And from Barbados, 8 Papa 6 November Whiskey, Glenn. And Fox Golf 5 Golf Papa from Guadalupe, nice to have you along. And Whiskey Delta 4 Papa Tango Juliet, Keith in Tennessee. And let's see, here's Eric, Kilo Delta 7 Lima Tango November, currently in Upper Sandusky, Ohio. That's a couple hours away from here. And Patrick, Kilo Charlie 2 Echo Echo Bravo. And here's our friend Angel, Whiskey Papa 3 Radio, who has been on as a guest in the past. And we talked to Angel last night on 20 meters. And Angel, I hope all is well down there. I see your Facebook photo, of course, is not you in the ham shack, but it's you on the golf course, which is, I know, your other love. And Mark says, any thoughts on the RF2KS amplifier? Well, yes. In fact, I will have one here in the shack tomorrow, and it's looking good. And I think we sent out a handful of them this week. So we're trying to get caught up on the back orders. And then once we get caught up on that, we'll have the regular stock in stock and then move forward. But boy, I'll tell you what, it makes great power, and it's quiet, and it's running cool. And Corey W3CDG did a tremendous job with that amplifier, working with Reinhard. And Corey is our manufacturing manager, and he made sure that everything is up to snuff. So we should be in good shape. And we've got Whiskey 2 India Radio Yankee, currently in Maine, and he hopes to work K2M from his QRP setup. Well, we got a good shot to Maine from here, so I hope so too. So that's it for this Friday. It is a holiday weekend. I hope you have a lot of fun getting on the air, chasing the colonies, and try something different. For nights we were on 40 meters every night, and a couple nights ago here we said, well, let's try 20 meters. So you do something different. You never know what the results are going to be, and you never know who you're going to make friends with out there. So stay safe, stay on the air, have fun, and I'll see you on Tuesday for Tuesdays with Tim and Jeff. 73 from K3LR.